There we go. Hi, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton, and I'm also known as the Inventor Lady. I'm here today to talk to you more about Archimedes Offspring. We had someone respond to one of my broadcasts and ask some questions, made some negative points, but in the process there, I'm looking at them as questions. So the first one, it kind of takes us back to the beginning, and it's good to clarify these different pieces. So one of the points was that requiring an independent search was burdensome. Well, it's not nearly as burdensome as trying to have the inventor do it themselves. As the inventor, you tend to have blinders on, so you don't really want to find it. We need an independent set of eyes looking to do the comprehensive search. Also, most inventors want to be able to do a keyword search. It's kind of our instinct to do just the keyword search. But the USPTO is organized like a library, so according to classifications, and the searcher understands that. Doing the international piece. Most inventors don't have access to those international databases. So you've got to have somebody who does. All right. And the other part is really understanding that blind spot. So what are we looking at? The USPTO has about a 2.5-year legitimate blind spot. So how do we fill in those gaps? That independent search, that third-party search, it's critical to understanding what is out there as prior art. Without that, we can't move forward. So I always tell inventors, do as much searching as you can. If your product did the same thing, but it was used in a different industry, what would you look at for that? And I had a disconnect on my phone, so we're back. And again, looking at that independent search, when you're out there looking yourself, how would your product be used in a different industry doing the same words? What else could you call it? So when you're doing your own searching, by all means, getting an independent search done is pretty straightforward. You look for the service provider who's going to do a comprehensive independent search, and you pay them for it. I don't understand what's burdensome about it. They can be as low as $500 for the comprehensive search, a flat rate. You can go to an attorney to do the search, and that's going to be based on usually their hourly rate. So you ask, how long does it take to do the search? You pay the bill. Come on, what's burdensome about it? The next part is getting a registered patent attorney to give you an opinion. All right. The investors are not going to invest blind. If you want access to the $75,000, you, the inventor, you've got some steps that you have to go through to be able to get onto the vetting list. I'm not sure why it's burdensome, and I'm not sure why the accusation that it's increasing the cost. If you're doing it the right way, you get a comprehensive search done and you hire a registered patent attorney. You should never do your own intellectual property, ever. All right, you learn about the process, but again, I'm not really sure why, this is burdensome or it's increasing the cost. No, it's not. If you go then and fill out the application for the vetting process and you are accepted, you get those costs reimbursed. The search fee and the patentability opinion, you can have those reimbursed if you want to. It can go against the $75,000. So, nobody's going to give you $75,000 as a blank check, ever, and not expect something in return. So the third part of that email, I can think of some adjectives to stick on there, but not going to do that. The third part of that was that, investors just want too much for nothing. Well, not really. All right. You're going to be getting, if you are chosen through the vetting process, up to $75,000. All right, to go through the steps of the process. This pays for the patent. All right, it pays for the registered patent attorney to do the filing. It pays for the engineering. So where you accuse me of raising the prices on inventors, I'm not really sure where that's happening. All right, because the investors are paying for that. The investors on their side of it, if you take the time to go to ArchimedesOffspring.com and you start looking at that investor page, all right, you'll see that on average it's 25% ownership in the patent. 25%. All right. Inventor still has control. All right. Inventor is still making the decisions, but now you're not doing it alone. You've got help. All right. And the investors are not just going to go with a blank check. They're not going to say, oh, I've got an idea today. Can I get some money for it? Ideas are like belly buttons. Everybody's got one. The inventor has some responsibility for doing due diligence. All right. So now let's say you're not chosen to go through the vetting process. After you've taken those first few steps, for some reason, it's not a good fit. It's going to happen. All right. We get hundreds of inventors wanting to apply for the funds. So not everybody's going to be chosen. You still had to get a search done and an opinion done before you move forward. So at that point now, you've got a good comprehensive search done, you've got a patentability opinion done, and you can make the business decision to move forward or not based on some good information. And again, ideas are like belly buttons. I had a guy come to me and tell me, it's like, I want to file a patent. Can you help me? It's like, well, what is your idea? And he said, well, I've invented this spaceship where we can park it in the forest and people can go have a one-on-one meeting with God. Really? I think it's called a church. There's one on the corner. No. All right. We're not going to do spaceships landing in the forest. All right. But a good comprehensive search would say, oh, yeah, most of that technology NASA owns. And no, probably not going to happen that way. And I would certainly hope that the USPTO would say, we need to see a functioning prototype before we're going to issue a patent on that. But it's really not their responsibility to say this is a bad idea. It is only their responsibility to say whether it's new and novel. So again, back to the beginning. The independent inventor, it's hard. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of steps involved. It's complicated. Don't make guesses. If your gut tells you that step makes sense, you probably got some pretty good instincts. You need to get another set of eyes, an independent set of eyes, to do a search for you. One thing is, a good patent is not industry specific. We see a lot of crossover between engine tools and surgical tools, right? You need to know that, all right? You need to know what else is out there. This is a critical step, whether you're chosen through the vetting process or you're an independent inventor. $500, right? If you can't afford the $500 for the comprehensive search, you're probably going to have more obstacles in your future than you realize. All right. It costs money to invent. It's not free. All right. There's no crystal ball that we can look into and say, oh, this one's going to be good and this one's not. All right. When we're looking for feedback from the industry experts, it's along the line of they're knowing what's coming so that they know whether to be interested or not in the projects. So it's really important to understand the steps in the process and where money is going to be applied, right? And again, if you're chosen for the vetting process, we don't mail you a check for $75,000. It goes into escrow to pay the service providers, like your registered patent attorney, to reimburse you for the comprehensive search. So MT, I'm not really sure why the comments, but certainly worth taking another look at. And by all means, inventors, go to ArchimedesOffspring.com. Read the inventor side of it and read the investor side of it. You will learn so much. Sign up for the updates. Get your friends and family to sign up for the updates. This investing opportunity is for the everyday Joe and Jane to be part of the process. So by all means, get involved. We are reinventing inventing in America. Join us. Rita Crompton, and send me your questions. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.